This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Thursday, August 3rd, 2023. I'm Kate Sharon. Officials from The Mill, a business incubator in Bloomington, are already moving forward with development plans for the city's trades district. Just over a month after issuing a notice of offering for the development of 4 parcels of land in the 14-acre district, The Mill received a proposal for a $35 million boutique hotel. The Mill's John Fernandez said officials are excited about the proposal.
So we think it'll be a very active place that connects to the rest of the neighborhood and the vibe we're trying to create in the trades district.
The Mill and Alluin Development are working on a project agreement to present to the Bloomington Redevelopment Commission. South Bend-based not-for-profit Cultivate Food Rescue broke ground Tuesday on a new 22,000 square foot cold storage facility. Expansion is expected to help Cultivate broaden its reach to more than 200 regional food pantries and social service agencies. The new cold storage facility will allow the organization to rescue 19 million pounds of perishable food a year, expanding Cultivate's capacity by 19 times more than what the not-for-profit can handle today. The facility is expected to help rescue more than $47 million worth of meals that would otherwise go to waste. Evansville-based Heliponics, LLC, which does business under name Anu, was awarded a $200,000 Indiana Manufacturing Readiness Grant. The grant is given to manufacturers to make capital investments and invest in new smart technologies. The funding will allow the current subscription platform for sustainable at-home seed pods to increase its production. The pods use a form of hydroponics, which means the plants grow without soil. Purdue alumni developed a smart garden appliance that provides customers with daily servings of produce from subscription seed pods. Home health and hospice company Anu Care is expanding into Fort Wayne. The Indianapolis-based healthcare company will open a new office with plans to employ 40 people. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Led by a team of blind scientists, West Lafayette-based Independent Science is breaking down barriers for blind and low-vision students. The company's focus is creating lab equipment so blind students can have the same experience studying science as any other student. Inside Indiana Business reporter Kylie Valletta has more.
The Independent Science team is using personal experience to pioneer the lab equipment blind students and scientists need. Each person on the leadership team is blind and has an advanced degree in science. Independent Science currently sells 2 main products that make labs more accessible for blind people. The company modified 2 devices widely used in the industry to make them talk so blind students could hear the information rather than see it. Dr. Greg Williams, a blind chemist who oversees product R&D for Independent Science, says each piece of equipment comes with a secondary purpose to change the general attitude of having low expectations for blind people.
You know, a lot of what we do is changing hearts and minds and the understanding of the capacity of blind and low vision students so that teachers don't automatically exclude them from STEM courses just because they don't know how it can be done.
To create the next generation of lab equipment for blind students, the company recently inked a partnership with an Oregon-based company that was founded by a blind physics professor. Kylie Valletta, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana's first and longtime Solicitor General, Thomas Fisher, is leaving the office of the Attorney General to take a job in the private sector. Fisher is leaving the OAG next month to join EdChoice, a nonpartisan group that advocates for school choice. Rokita said he is conducting a nationwide search for Fisher's successor. Merrillville-based NiSource Incorporated announced a second quarter net income of $39.9 million, a drop from the $53.2 million made in this quarter last year. Northern Indiana Public Service Company, a subsidiary of NiSource, reached a settlement in April with the Indiana Office of Utility Consumer Counsel for a gas rate increase. The company said in a news release it expects the final order this month and new rates to be effective in September. NiSource announced in June plans to sell almost 20% non-controlling interest in NIPSCO to an affiliate of New York-based Blackstone Infrastructure Partners. The deal is valued at $2.1 billion and is called an important milestone by NiSource's CEO. Pacers Sports and Entertainment Vice President Danny Lopez is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Kate Sharon for Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.